I'm Dura Karsenty, and I was sued by France 2 because I published 3 years ago that France 2 broadcasted a fake news report concerning the Dura story. I published it's a hoax, and that's why I was sued. I was found guilty last year by a French court, but I appealed. Next Wednesday, November 14, my appeal will take place on the French Court of Justice. We're going to see the raw footage of the Palestinian cameraman of France 2. We're expecting 27 minutes, but we may only receive 18 minutes. Those footage are important because France 2 always said that they have in those footage the evidence which proves that the Dura scene was the truth. We said that the original film that was published was always already shown that it was a fake story, but they say that they have evidence. So we're going to see if they really have evidence. The screening of the tapes is important and has to be related with the declarations of many people involved with the tape. All those people said different things which contradict themselves, and we're going to see if the raw footage that we're going to see show, for example, the agony of the child or other things that they described in their further declarations. The Dura scene is very important because it became an icon of hatred. It was the starting point of the delegitimization of Israel. We cannot give up on the Dura issue because this image became a postage stamp all over the Muslim world. It's a square all over the world. It's a street. It's an image which created hate against Israel, the Jews, and the Western world. Some people are expecting on the raw footage to see the boy standing up and leaving the scene. We're not expecting this. We already have the image of the boy after he's dead, raising his elbow and looking at the cameraman. So we already know what we're going to see, which is the last picture of this tape. But what is important is to see that in this tape there is nothing which proves that France 2 had any evidence to affirm that the kid was killed or even killed by the Israelis. The people who want to give it up on the Dura case are doing it for a strange purpose. We don't really know why they're doing this. The people who are saying that we have to give it up are making a huge mistake in terms of public relations. It's very important for the world to know that this story was a fake, was a hoax, and like this, when they'll see or hear about Mohammed Dura, instead of thinking about the brutality of Israel or the Western world towards the Muslim and the Arab world, they will see that it's the lies of the Muslims and Arabs journalists which are sending and feeding the Western media with many fake stories since so many years. After the hearing of November 14th, we're going to have the next hearings which are going to take place on February 27. Between those dates, we may sue France 2 for trying to cheat on this hearing by producing a fake video which doesn't correspond to the 27 minutes that we're expecting and that the Palestinian cameraman testified on October 3rd, 2000. Charles Anderlin, Talal Abu Rahma, and other people related to France 2 always said that they had between 27 minutes and 30 minutes of raw footage, but they're going to show only 18 minutes. So obviously they are hiding lots of evidence about this tape. The Dura hoax is very important because this is the starting point of the delegitimization of Israel at the beginning of the 21st century. Never forget also that it was 1 year before 9/11. We're not expecting the tape to show us that the boy will stand up and leave the scene. We already know what's inside, thanks to Richard Landis and his website Second Draft, and thanks to other French journalists who saw the tape. What we're expecting to see in this tape is fake scenes, and also the fact that France 2 didn't have any evidence to accuse Israel of having killed the boy. And even with the France 2 film, we already know that there is nothing to prove that the boy was shot and the father neither.